Tonight was a familiar night. The cool wind of the night sky beckoned me to follow. I thought I knew what was in store for me. I thought the only friends I would have tonight were a tall glass and a pen, a night filled with paperwork and alcohol. I was used to that by now. In my line of work, you get used to drowning the world out. Suffocate the sounds of criminals getting richer and pistols being fired, and you'll think that the world is all right. But you'd be wrong. When a man like me sees a criminal dragged off to the slammer, or the morgue depending on the day, you'd think there would be some sense of grim satisfaction. But I've done this long enough to know that there will always be more. The dice roll and you have to call the numbers. Little did you realize they were loaded the whole time. Life is nothing but a gamble, even if you don't know it yet. Just keep track of what's important in life, or you'll bust.
Hey, Diamond! You're mine.
McCloskey. Good to see you this side of the metal bars.
You have no idea what I had to go through to find you.
Well, my address is in the public listings, so I'd wager not a lot.
You shut your smart mouth, Diamond!
Special Detective Diamond, if you wouldn't mind. Now, is there something I can help you with? You seem distressed.
How long do you think it's been? 2 years now? 2 years ago, you put me in a hospital for a month. I spent a year in prison, and when I finally broke out, I was ruined. Nobody was going to hire a man who couldn't stop Ace Diamond.
I must put a lot of people out of work then. I figure you'd be over it by now, McCloskey.
You shot me in the chest, and you threw me off a 3-story building!
Remind me to shoot twice next time.
I was the laughingstock. I still am. Why? Because of a bastard like you!
See, that's what I don't get, McCloskey. Wouldn't they commend you for surviving a fall like that?
My fall is over, Detective Diamond. But yours is just about here too. Allow me to make every shot count.
Before you do that, let me ask you something. You ever play cards? You ever try to even the odds? Interpol, this is Special Detective Ace Diamond, badge number 3434. I guess there is a grim satisfaction in seeing another wretch of society dragged off this mortal coil. Even if there is a ridiculous amount of paperwork that follows.
Good morning, Detective.
Good morning. What do we have here?
Victim was killed last night, sometime around midnight. I'll get back to you as to the precise time. Shot to the back of the head, dead before he hit the ground.
Any witnesses?
No.
Have we ID'd him yet?
No, his pockets were virtually empty.
Any fingerprints?
None besides his.
This was an execution. Premeditated. You said virtually empty?
We found some poker chips, unmarked.
May I see them? I recognized the chips almost immediately. There was no doubt they were from the King's Casino over on 12th Street. Only a slick gangster like the King would have untraceable poker chips in an underground casino. It's not much to go on. I'll see what I can do. I was getting up to go investigate the casino when something caught my eye. A shell casing, lying directly underneath the body.
Son of a bitch. I haven't moved the body yet, so we must not have picked that up. What caliber?
45 ACP.
So there's a bullet in the guy's head. Can it be traced to a source?
Not a defined one, I would wager. Have Interpol do a search. We might be able to get a gun store. I'll investigate the poker chips.
Poker chips?
I know a guy. Do you happen to know where there's a phone nearby?
Right around the corner.
Thank you. The case was thin air. The casing might not match and the chips might be a fluke, but I had to take a leap of faith. I was going to need help from an old friend. Detective Hart.
Detective Dunn.
Good to see you, Jack. How are things on the south side of town?
Exciting, I guess. Just mostly gang violence. Really nice office here. Has that really, lived in feel, you know?
I try to make any space my own.
I suppose. So I guess one of us has to say it eventually. And I will. What am I doing here, Ace? You know, we both know that you don't use phone booths just for social calls.
Tell you the truth, Jack, I need your help on a case. It's not a big case, but I have to make a stop in your part of town. And I'm talking a real ugly place here, Jack. Plainly speaking, I'm gonna need some extra muscle on this one.
You're talking south side again. Where exactly?
Think ugly.
No, not there. You know I have beef with the King.
You never did tell me why.
And I don't think I'll start. Not interested, Ace.
Jack, wait. I got a John Doe with nothing but a pocket full of chips and a bullet in his head. I need your help on this.
You think the King did this?
Chances are no. This isn't really his style, and even if it was him, he probably would have called me by now to talk about it. No, this one's a bit simpler, but we're still gonna need the King's help to get an ID.
What's the guy's make?
About 5'11", dark hair, messy complexion, wearing a suit.
Well, that narrows it down to about 95% of the population.
You see my dilemma.
Well, you owe me then.
I helped you figure out about 5 or 6 of your cases back in the last 2 months. I'd say you owe me one.
You still owe me one.
If you say so, Jack. We should get going.
Mr. Diamond and Mr. Heart. The dream team back together once again. What an occasion this is. Shall I break out the smokes?
Thank you, Mr. King, but we'll have to pass. We're here on an investigation.
Please. Mr. King is my father's name. You can call me the King.
See, the egomania hasn't changed.
Some things never do, Mr. Hart. Like your warm attitude.
Anyhow, Mr. King, the King, excuse me, we need to investigate a gentleman who was carrying poker chips from your casino. He was murdered last night.
Ah, yes. I do remember the man who walked out with my poker chips the other night. I regret to inform you that at this casino, the gambling is completely anonymous. I'm so sorry I couldn't have been more useful to you, Mr. Diamond and Mr. Hart.
Jack?
What the hell is this?
Call it an unorthodox investigation.
Offer some low-income yuppie.
I suppose it is a little silly of me. Give me a moment to recover. I'll pull up the registry. His name is Gerald Spade. He's a tax filer.
Not many affiliates then.
No, he had a wife named Regina, but she left him many years ago for some man in France.
Thanks, the King.
No problem. Anything for old friends.
The answers weren't coming any faster. The King's file on Mr. Spade was bare bones, save for the notes on how to rip him off at the casino. Interpol pulled up all they could on our man, but it turns out the lack of ID was for good reason. Gerald Spade was a ghost. His wife, Regina Spade, might as well be. There was some good news, at least.
I did a little digging about that case that you found at the scene.
What'd you find?
The casing, according to local gun stores, wasn't belonging to a pistol that's considered a legal firearm.
We talking black market?
Not just that, I traced it back to one of our mans that we found on the street. An arms dealer.
Tenement.
Tenement.
Should have known the rat was involved.
He always is somehow.
What's the password?
Peter Lorre.
What do you... Oh, Ace, it's you. Well, come on in.
How many years and you're still using the same old password?
Well, business is slow. Sue me. Actually, knowing you, I'd take that back.
Business.
What, business? Me? No, you know me. Just, yeah. Not especially not after that last time.
I see that. Well, we're not here to bring you down. Not today, anyway.
No, we need your help.
Sorry. Never. I don't work with cops. I swore I'd never trust another cop.
Well, I suppose we could call for backup and see if any of these weapons have licenses.
Well, did I say never? I meant forever. Will I be available to help you fine gentlemen? I mean, yeah, what do you need?
Of course you will. What can you tell me about this casing?
This is for a Luger. 45 ACP. I had a few of them, but they're hard to get. If you're looking for one, I can try and put one on reserve.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
We need to know who you sold the weapon to.
I've only ever managed to get 3 of them. Wouldn't you believe it? People aren't a fan of German hardware anymore. Patriots, I tell you. Anyway, here's a ledger for last week.
Are you always this quick to sell out your customers?
Usually he takes half the time.
As long as you give me a few days to clear out, Detective.
You have 4 hours.
Deal.
Oh, and, gentlemen, one last thing.
What, do you want to buy some stamps or something?
No, I just need you to tell me what that is.
That's a 4.
You have terrible handwriting. Let's go, Jack.
Nice to see you, as always, Detective.
There are 3 names on the ledger. Donald McCloskey. Don't worry about him. There's Norman Everyman. He lives in the Goldtown suburbs.
I learned to drive in the suburbs.
Well, I'm familiar with the area, so I'll take that. Because Queenie, that's all it says, is in the south side.
Alright. Sounds good.
Let's get to work.
Close for business, handsome. Come back later.
Special Detective Jack Hart. I need to ask you a few questions, Miss...
Queenie. Call me Queenie. Follow me, but don't take all night, sweetie.
Do you know this man?
No, I'm afraid not.
His name is Gerald Spade. He was murdered 2 nights ago.
What a shame.
He was shot in the back of the head.
What a rotten way to die.
Weren't you recently divorced?
Why are you...
You're missing a wedding ring. May I take a look at your passport?
Why do you need it?
Humor me.
I don't have it with me.
Well, where is it?
In the back, somewhere.
Well,
What
how
is
about a
it?
license?
Why would you need that?
I need to know your real name. Queenie isn't sufficient.
Veronica. It's Veronica.
Last name?
Beaumont.
You don't seem French.
Detective!
And I'd like to see that license, ma'am. Checks out. What's your occupation, ma'am?
None of your business, Detective. Now, I believe you've overstayed your welcome.
Your call, girl. Scented candles, incense. I can see a bottle of lubrication from here. Not to mention that you work from home. Gathering how you met me at the door.
You're very astute, Detective. Would you like me to reward you for your perceptiveness?
No, thank you. Where were you 2 nights ago around midnight?
With the client.
Who was it? You're not in trouble for being a prostitute. I just need to check your alibi.
I don't know, Norman something?
Jackson?
No.
Smith?
No.
Everman?
Yes, that's him. Odd fellow.
How so?
Well, he kept saying to me that he was angry at someone the whole night.
Is that right?
Kept saying, let's run away together. Damn fool.
Who was he upset with?
I don't know, but whoever it was, he kept saying once they were out of our lives, we could elope together. It was kind of sweet in a deranged way.
How do you mean?
Well, he kept saying, I'll protect us no matter who comes.
That doesn't sound too deranged to me.
He was holding a pistol at the time. I think he was paranoid.
What kind of firearm was he holding?
A pistol, the kind that the Germans use.
Damn it, Ace. Thank you, ma'am.
You can come back anytime, Detective. You are kind of cute.
Is this the Everyman residence?
Yes, I'm Norman Everyman.
I'm Special Detective Ace Diamond. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. Okay, are you familiar with a man named Gerald Spade?
Yes, I know him. I actually have something of his to, give you. Back up.
Okay.
Back up.
Okay.
I knew you would be coming for me eventually. She told me.
I don't know what this is about, sir. Who told you?
I wasn't supposed to hesitate. I was not supposed to hesitate.
Hesitate. Okay. Well, continue hesitating, please.
No. This ends now.
Who was the woman, Mr. Everman? Who was the woman that made you do this?
No. I can't. I can't.
A man named Gerald Spade was murdered last night, and the pistol used to do it was this exact make.
Damn it!
What will that look like to your family? What will that look like to a judge, Norman? Tell me who the woman is. Tell me!
Queenie! Her name is Queenie, okay?
Damn.
Please, you okay?
Yes. I'm fine, Jack. Norman was just spilling the beans on our murderer.
Who is?
It's a she. Woman named Queenie.
I just came back from
You talked to her?
Queenie told me that he was gonna kill us both. He felt that was the only way he'll get with her.
An act of passion. He just told me a similar story.
What are you playing at?
We were set up, Jack. It was Queenie the whole time.
But why, Ace? Why?
I have a hunch, Jack. But in order for this to work, we need to make the bluff of a lifetime.
Wouldn't be the first.
Let's cuff Norman here and get out of here.
Wait. I did nothing wrong though, okay? No harm, no foul. Right?
Attempted murder of an officer of the law? I don't think so, pal.
Will be nice. We won't tell anyone that you did it to impress a prostitute.
Detective Hart, you're back. And you brought a friend.
Ace Diamond, Special Detective. May we come in, ma'am?
Of course.
Do you recognize this pistol, ma'am?
Of course I do, Detective. That's the one Norman was holding on our date.
No. Norman's was on him when we got to him. He tried to kill me. We had to bag it as evidence. Jack was here one more time that you weren't aware of, ma'am.
Is that so?
He found this in your apartment. We also found your name on the ledger at Tennerman's.
Girl's gotta protect herself, Ace.
I understand that, but putting a bullet in the back of somebody's head, I wouldn't classify that as self-defense.
You can't prove a damn thing, Detective.
We found a casing on the scene, ma'am. I'm afraid I can. We're running the fingerprints now.
Why would I, of all people, kill him?
He was your pimp. You wanted out. You did what you had to do.
You can't prove anything, Jack. Sorry to let you down.
Of course we can, Regina. Do you mind if I call you Regina, Mrs. Spade?
You rat bastard! Just let me go, Detective. I just want out.
Sorry, love. There are better ways to handle this than cold-blooded murder.
He married me. He married me because he loved me. He told me he was going to take away all the pain, take me out of this bullshit that I had to deal with. He lied.
He made you work for him.
I'm not going back.
You don't have to do this, Regina.
Listen to him. You can still walk away from this.
A girl like me wouldn't last a week in prison.
You don't have to do this.
It's over, Queenie.
You're right, Detective Diamond. It is over.
I don't understand why she'd do it.
Maybe she felt like there wasn't any other way.
There's always a way.
Maybe she lost track of what was important in life. 'Cause that's the trick of it, Jack. That's the trick. Never lose sight of what's important in life. Otherwise, you'll bust. It's been said that it takes more courage to live than to end your own life. I think we all come to know that. In the end.
Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the